buddy. Welcome to Thursday. Today is October 31st, 2024. And yes, it's Halloween. Of course, it is currently 5:12 in the morning, so happily to say there are no ghouls out yet. But the day will progress. Who knows what may happen? With that said, good morning to my returning viewers, my returning subscribers, and my returning lurkers. Just as I'm excited to say good morning to you, I am equally excited to say good morning to my new subscribers, my new viewers, and my new lurkers. Welcome in, everyone. Please make yourself at home. Get comfortable, get cozy. Let's chat for a little bit. And then when we're done talking, okay, I'm done talking. We'll switch over and you get to watch me crochet and I get to be your crochet buddy for a little bit. I hope that's okay. For those of you that don't know, I kind of have scheduled to the videos that I do in the way that I do them. I like to, of course, tell you the date because if you're watching this in the morning, you may not know. I know I don't always know, so I love finding out what the date is. That way, I'm a little bit closer to whatever my goal of the week might be. But in addition to telling you the quote of the day, which is something that I do every single day, most of my quotes come from Brainy Quotes. Um, Love to talk to you about coffee talk. I always share the weather in my area. Um, Share any greetings that I have for anyone in particular, and then we head on to the topic of the day. Once we've done that, I'll give you any closing information or ideas that I have, and then I flip the camera over and I crochet with you for a bit of time. So I hope you like that. I hope you're here for that because that's what I'm here for today. With that said, let's get started with the quote of the day. The quote of the day says, another belief of mine that everyone else my age is an adult, whereas I'm merely in disguise. That was said by Margaret Atwood, and I think that is hilarious and more true for a lot of people than we may say. We may all be adults, or at least I hope we are. I know there are some children who might at some point watch this. I don't know what you get from it, but I appreciate the view just the same. So I know for myself, I'm an adult. I conduct myself as an adult. I behave as an adult. I've always been adult minded, but I love to have fun. So forgive me. It's coffee time. And today's coffee is a conglomeration of energy because I need it. We started out with my bullet blender again this morning, adding in 2 tablespoons of Cafe Bustelo, a half a tablespoon of my chicory because as much as I want that flavor, I don't need it. I need the caffeine. And chicory does not offer the caffeine to my coffee. So it was more coffee based today. 2 scoops of the cafe latte protein. And I just realized I'm shaking the desk. So I apologize. With that said, threw all of that in there with 1 pump of the caramel syrup and 1 pump of the chai syrup. Added in my cardamom spice and my cinnamon, some ice, some water, blended it all up with my fake sugar, poured it over some more ice, added in some milk. I think the milk thing is really helping me because I'm definitely enjoying it. And such was coffee, and she is good. Mm, I'm telling you, at this early in the morning, coffee is my friend, and I don't mind making friends this early. Let's talk a little bit about the weather in my area because if you've been listening to me this week, you already know I have been in shock. Like shock. I've had to pull out the skirts and sleeveless shirt. I picked up my son yesterday from an event, and the first thing out of his mouth was, "Mom, you look really nice." But what are you wearing? because it's October. Don't you need a sweater or a jacket? Not at 86 degrees. I don't. I really don't. So we laughed about that, and he said he's frustrated with the weather too because he'd like for us to pick a side, pick a struggle. I was like, that's my kid. With that said, and we did mention the fact that today is October 31st, and what I want to say is happy birthday to my former daycare client, current adult, whose name is Reese. And he was one of my early sweeties. And I say early because I got him before he turned 1. So he's an early sweetie. And oh, he was such an adorable child. And he has grown into such an awesome adult. I'm so, so proud of his mom and his family and everything that they as a team accomplished. And now he's mentoring his younger sister along, and he's an uncle. So his mom is a grandma now. That family has truly grown and progressed, and I've had the opportunity and the blessing to get to see that. It makes me very happy. Happy birthday to anyone who's having a birthday today. I hope you have all the fun. And to anyone who's celebrating an anniversary, happy anniversary. I don't know how long you've been together, but I am so glad that you are together, and I pray you stay that way. So, wanted to say that. Um, Happy Halloween if you celebrate it. I don't. It's beyond me. I can't. First of all, I work with kids. So at the end of the day, a bunch of little people knocking on my door. Too much. My battery for social engagement will be at 0. I turn off the front of the apartment and all the lights, and I go to bed. Point blank. I go to bed. Excuse me, but heck, I'm up at 3:15 in the morning. There is no reason for me to be up at 6 and 7 o'clock at night trying to be sociable. I don't need to be. I won't be. But let's move on to the topic of today. Today's book, because it's Thursday, and that's book of the day, is Totally Textured Crochet. And it's an Annie's book. Please ignore my post-its. There's a number of patterns in this book. Let me pull it back a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Try that without a glare or less glare. There you go. You see that? Is that not just inspiration in a book? Love this book. There are some patterns in here, as you can tell, that I am super excited about trying or getting a little bit of inspiration from. And I am going to try to flip without giving the patterns away. This one. You see that? Do you not want to do that? It's called the Scrap Afghan. And man, I think that's going to be a January pattern for me to get rid of a lot of the excess yarn that I may have sitting around. Of course, there's a rainy day scarf, and I'm only going to pull it up high enough for you to get a look at it, not high enough for you to see the pattern. I'm not going to show you all the ones that I have marked, but I want to share this one. Oh, is it not gorgeous? Don't you love it? Oh man. And this would be done in a worsted acrylic yarn, which is exciting to me because I'm thinking, do I want to buy that much cotton? No, but I've got plenty of acrylic that would work well. It is going to take um hmm a fair amount, but 11 skeins at 3.5 ounces of they recommend Premier Anti-Peeling Everyday Worsted. I guess with the traffic that might go over it, it would be a good idea. And by traffic, I know it's a bed Afghan, but you're going to be moving it on and off the bed, and you might lay on it or you might sit on it. And I'm thinking, that's a lot of wear and tear. but man, that would be pretty. And before I close the book, I have to show you this. This is the 16 stitch. Let me turn it that way. There you go. The 16 stitch sampler throw. Oh, breathtaking. That's the book of the day. It is, of course, on Amazon. I forgot the price. Don't shoot the messenger, but I will link it in my description notes for this video so you can take a look at that and scoop it up if you're interested. Wow, it's only been 10 minutes and I managed to get everything done. Mm. Mm. So one of two things is true. Either I'm getting better at talking early in the morning and making my points and moving on, or I'm forgetting something. But what I love is I have a moment to share with you my affirmation of the day. For those of you that know, I do a gratitude journal every morning before I turn the camera on. And sometimes I speak that out loud, A, because I believe to put voice to what you're thinking emboldens you to try the things that you're writing that you want to do. But I also believe it's a good way to get my voice awake so that I can speak to this camera before I actually start speaking to the camera. Because if the first time I hear my own voice is when I'm talking to you, it's usually going to be a retake because at some point I'm going to mess up so bad that I'm like, okay, we're starting over. Let's redo that. But today's affirmation. Today's affirmation says, my imagination is the gateway to living the life of my dreams. So there is that. And I will be saying that multiple times today because that's power. There is power in words. And I believe it. I'm here to prove it. And if you had any doubts, I'm going to share something else with you because we've always talked about the realities of my naivete as it comes to this new experience of being a content creator. So there's this. One second. Put that on my finger. That happened yesterday. Can we ask you not to do that? Thank you. There. So yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Now, we're pretty much done, but I haven't spoken to my friend. So can you excuse me for just a moment? Hello. How are you today? I really hope you're well. I know you watched this video and thought, she's not going to speak to me. And then I hope you know there was no way I was going to let you leave this room, this space, this moment without saying hi. I love you. I would never forget about you. I would never, never let you go without greeting you. Now, I don't chat with you on Sunday, but it's not that type of conversation. Doesn't mean you don't matter. It just means that we're not having a personal vlog experience. The only reason you won't hear from me. Did you eat? Have you had your water? Do you have any medicine you need to take? Did you try something fun or something new? I can suggest that maybe you want to try a hobby. And if you find yourself for more than 3 days in a row not able to do that hobby, it's time for us to talk to somebody. It's just my opinion, but I want you to think about that. I want you to make today the best day that you can. But if it's too much, turn the lights off this evening. Close your windows. Turn off the porch lights and go to your room and just turn on a program that entertains you, or some music, or an audio book. You can do any of that. Just turn the volume down for the social battery so that you can recuperate you, and then come back and see me tomorrow. I love you. Have a great day. Thank you, everyone. As those of you that are new may not know, I always talk to my friend because we all need encouragement. And that's a special conversation that I have with them about how important they are to me and to the world at large. So it's time for us to crochet. So let's get started with that. I want you to do whatever you do, whether that is Tunisian, knitting, crochet, diamond art, sing, dance, meditate. Just sit there and watch what happens next. Do whatever you like, but do it with me for a little bit longer. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. In the meantime, in between time, you eat, drink your water, and have some fun today. I'll see you tomorrow, but hang on because we're going to crochet.